The royal family of Dubai is as interesting as they are popular. With one ruler, 3 wives, 23 children, and countless grandchildren, you can be sure this is one exciting family to be a part of. Surprisingly, though, they are worth billions upon billions of dollars. The Dubai royal family seem to be very humble, as well as charitable. And if there is one you should keep your eye on, it's the lifetime bachelor, Crown Prince Hamdan. Now let's take a look at how the 1% of the 1% live their lives in Dubai. Though Dubai has become a cultural epicenter, the history of this nation or region isn't very old, and it all started thanks to one family, the now royal family of Dubai. Back in 1833, 800 members of the old Maktoum family broke away from the Bani Yas family. For anyone who is already confused, the Bani Yas family was one of the most powerful families in ancient Arabia, and the old Maktoums are direct descendants. When the members of the family branched out, they landed on the mouth of a creek, now known as Dubai Creek, thus putting Dubai on the map as a coastal city for fishing and sea trade. And the family that remained in power was the Al Maktoum family. They established themselves as the royal family, and these days they are a massive hit in Dubai, at least according to the press. The family is led by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He's been in power since the passing of his older brother in 2006. Not only is he considered the king of this region of the United Arab Emirates, but he's also the vice president, as well as the Minister of Defense. Seems like a lot of responsibility for one person, right? Many times when one person holds so many titles, it may seem like they rule under a strict thumb. And while the rules in this Arabic region are much more stringent than what Western cultures are used to, it seems like this ruler is highly beloved. After taking power in 2006, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum started putting his money back into the country. And considering his family is worth an estimated $18 billion, his money has gone a long way. He's invested in schools, infrastructure, as well as charities and international events. Needless to say, all of this has molded Dubai into the city the world has become so fascinated with today. It's pretty much a playground for the rich and famous, and the epicenter of luxury. These days, royals from all over the world and celebrities flock to Dubai. It's a place where you can get a luxury car at the mall. You can also own exotic pets. And if you're a rich kid of Dubai, you can hire a famous pop star to sing at your birthday parties. And while all these things are popular in their kingdom, it doesn't seem like the royal family of Dubai partakes in such extravagant displays of wealth. This is one of the reasons the royal family of Dubai is so famous. While they may be one of the wealthiest families in the world, there is something very humble about them. Members of the royal family are often spotted driving around and walking in the downtown city of Dubai. They are also very active in different charities and are always showing up to social events. In a culture where many ruling families like to keep their privacy, the royal family of Dubai seems to welcome their citizens into their everyday life. In fact, it's pretty rare for members of any royal family to be so open with their lives. If you're familiar with the British royal family, then you know they aren't even allowed to have social media profiles. That isn't the case here though. The Al Maktoums use their Instagram to not only show off their luxurious lives, but they also make huge announcements on them as well. Like in the summer of 2018, when Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's daughter announced the birth of her new son, who she lovingly named Mohammed. Could you imagine Meghan and Harry doing that? We are pretty sure the Queen wouldn't be too happy about it, but this is pretty much an everyday occurrence with the Dubai royal family. Even the king himself has his own Instagram with millions of followers. Fans and citizens alike flock to his feed to get a glimpse into the lives of the royals, and what they find can sometimes be pretty shocking. And not because he's decked out in the freshest gear either. It's surprising because he mostly posts photos of his family and updates about what meetings he's taking for the country. This just isn't the image you have when you think of Dubai royalty, right? There aren't any humble brag posts, nor are there pictures of him flaunting his wealth, which is hard to believe considering Rich Kids of Dubai is a huge Instagram page in the city. He's not the only member of the family to share his happenings with the world either. One of his wives is quite popular on social media as well. One of the most beloved members of the family is the ruling Sheikh's third and most recent wife, Her Royal Highness Princess Haya bint Al Hussein, also referred to as Her Royal Highness Princess Haya for short. The 42-year-old mother of two is not your typical royal. She's a United Nations Messenger of Peace, as well as a chairman for Dubai's International Humanitarian City. She personally oversaw the distribution of supplies in Haiti after Hurricane Matthew. That's right, she doesn't mind getting down and dirty when it comes to helping her fellow world citizens. She also seems to have a very informal essence when she's socializing. Many people often forget that they are in the presence of royalty when speaking to her. Another thing to love about Her Royal Highness Princess Haya is her love of journalism. In a world where many people in power are trying to stifle voices, Her Royal Highness Princess Haya thinks real journalism is essential. She was even reluctant about getting on social media because she thought it would be the downfall of journalism. But thankfully, she's changed her mind. Though you won't find anyone taking selfies with her, as it's forbidden, you can be sure that people flock to the princess's Instagram. What's even more interesting about Her Royal Highness Princess Haya is her parenting techniques. In an interview, she claims that she often finds lizards and bugs in her young son's pockets. For such a wealthy royal family, you would think their kids would grow up playing with gold-plated rattles or high-tech video games. But that isn't the case. According to the princess, her husband believes children have to get dirty to actually have some fun. How relatable is that? Talking about the royal children, there is one in particular that you can see getting down and dirty on the gram quite often. That's where Crown Prince Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum comes in. Looking at his social media, it's easy to see he's a good-looking guy. The fact that he has money and a really unique life only adds to his appeal. The Crown Prince of Dubai boasts a vast Instagram following, but there is more to this prince than just good looks and fast cars. He's the second-born son of the Sheikh, and let's just say, he has millions of followers on Instagram for a reason. The people of Dubai love this guy, and the more we learn about him, the more we do too. The prince may be jet-setting all over the world, but he still has time to show off his family, like when he, his father, and his uncles vacationed in Yorkshire. The prince showed off his photography skills and gave us an intimate view of his father. He also took the time to snap this silly photo holding up his uncle Saeed. But don't get it twisted, the real reason fans tune into Fazza, as followers know him by, is because of his wild life. Not only does he roam the desert in dune buggies and hang out with falcons on his arm, but he also writes poetry and is a true romantic. He has a love for animals and is said to be very charming and very humble. Anyone else swooning yet? He's also an avid traveler, and as we've already seen, a pretty awesome photographer. No wonder his Instagram is so popular. Not only does he show off his luxurious ways of jumping from country to country, but he also has a casual approach as well. Like that time he and his dad took the tube in London like they weren't the royal family of Dubai. Of course, what we probably don't see in this pic is the copious amounts of bodyguards these two would have. Even Her Royal Highness Princess Haya travels with a pack of people protecting her at all times, so we are pretty sure the guy on the throne and the guy inheriting the throne would have a protective entourage too. Fazza is also really active. If you check out his feed on Instagram, then it's pretty apparent. He loves to zipline, deep sea dive, cycle, and work out. Honestly, you name the activity and he's probably done it, and given us photo evidence as proof. Oh, and he's a semi-professional skydiver. No big deal, right? But when it comes down to it, his heart belongs to his family, which is good considering he has 22 siblings and countless nieces and nephews. We are just wondering when he's going to settle down himself. The prince himself is well into his 30s these days and is still a bachelor. Though dating rumors around Fazza are sparse, he has had one famous American socialite reach out to him via a comment on Instagram. One stealthy Instagram Fazza fan noticed that Paris Hilton commented on one of his pictures back in January 2018. Fazza had posted a photo of himself in a plane heading off to one of his many adventures, and Paris commented, "Fly safe," with a plane emoji. Now, Fazza may not be the king, but he's a prince with no boundaries, and maybe that's just something that Paris likes in a guy. Someone who is the king of Instagram, that is. In early 2018, Princess Sheikha Latifa, daughter of the ruling Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, fled from her family. She took to YouTube to explain why she left. According to the princess, she wasn't allowed to have a passport, she couldn't drive, and she couldn't even travel from emirate to emirate without legal consent. She also claimed that she hadn't left the UAE since the year 2000. Being a woman in her 30s, we could understand how this would be an issue. She also tried to run away as a teen, but all her attempts failed. Of course, many people aren't sure of the validity of the princess's claims. According to sources and friends close to the princess, she was able to escape Dubai in early 2018. They claim that she boarded a yacht headed to India, where she planned to leave and seek asylum in the United States. Sadly, according to the same sources, she was detained a few hours off the coast of India and hasn't been heard of since. It's speculated that she was brought back to Dubai, but no one is quite sure. This just adds a little bit of mystery to what seems like such an open and happy royal family. Are we getting the whole picture, or are their Instagrams really just all for show? While it seems like they're an awesome and humble family, we all know not everything you see on social media is true. We can't be too sure when it comes to one family ruling a whole region, but it does seem like this family is more liberal than we're used to seeing from this part of the world. Though we may not know the whole truth to the story, it seems to be a very controversial topic in Dubai. But there is no denying the royal family of Dubai is pretty extraordinary and do a lot for the world as well as for their people. They are vastly exciting and seem to have a humble approach when it comes to ruling this mega-rich region. We aren't sure how it will all play out, but we are pretty sure they will lay it all out on social media for the world to see. And considering they have millions upon millions of followers, you can be sure that eyes will be glued to the screen. That's it for this video. What do you think about the royal family of Dubai? Is there more than meets the eye? Or are they really just a humble, close family? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the taco.